Thank you so much, Mercy. First-time voter.
Yeah.
She said she's really optimistic in Nigeria, obviously from her voice, and I know there are many out there too that are optimistic. Even though some have given up in the process, I say they want to sapa, but like you can't just japa and go. You see japa and come back and come back because they have a system that is working. If you're not there to contribute to the system that is already working, it can't entertain you. If they tell you about the bills that like they pay and all of that, and maybe you don't want to deal with the discrimination and racism that is out there, so we should all put our hands together to ensure that the process, the system works. Like, we have another caller. Hello, good evening.
Okay. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Henry.
Hello in the studio.
Yes.
Hello.
We are
We're
with you,
Henry.
Yeah. How are you?
Fine.
Yes. I'm calling from Ecom in Cross River.
Okay.
Okay, Cross River. Okay.
What I'm saying is that the Nigerian election is not favorable to the youth because the first one they did, people were expecting to hear results, and we have not had anything, so nobody is interested. They would have given us the first result, so from there we'll know where we take off. So nobody is interested in voting this time around.
Okay, Henry.
Henry.
Nobody is interested in voting, but everybody is interested in staying in the States, right? Thank you so much for calling.
From Cross River.
But
Thank you for calling.
I think it's a disservice to our states when we decide for no reason not to vote because we are not happy with the process. That means we are contributing to the decay of the system. So please, I urge us, when it's time for us to always go out and exercise our own civic responsibility, let's do that. He called from River State, and I think River State is one of the states that has some places, elections there being suspended, like Asari, Toru, and Degama. All in River States, the elections there, INEC suspended it. So, well, as information come, we'll still relate to you. But as patriotic citizens, even if you are not, please decide to be. You can't throw away your family, even if they
voted in my polling unit.
Okay,
then
Actually, what we see there is that there were low turnout from the polling unit. And my only thought of the problem is that because the INEC refused to explain the reason why there were no transmission of the presidential election on online. So people feel as if I can vote and they cannot tell me reason why they cannot transmit my result, definitely I see no value going to vote again. But actually I did my vote, and I pray that my vote will come.
Okay. Thank you so much, Danladi, for calling from Wukari. We really appreciate it.
Wukari, Taraba State. You know, you see, you will always hear this mixed reaction from Nigerians. You know, you can't say totally that politicians have failed us. We have some politicians that, up to the day, when I see them, I remove my cap because I feel, you know, even in this in this dirty politics that we play, at least you can see that commitment
to stand out,
to do something different, something outside the box. You know, even with the frustration, we see that happen.
Good evening.
Amos, good evening. Thank you for calling from Jos.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. We are with you. Please go on.
Hello, good evening.
Evening, Amos. Please go on. We are with you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Truly, people have been calling and speaking concerning the voter apathy that we have experienced this time around. And in fact, it is connected to the fact that the last election was a kind of, people see it as it was freak out. And therefore, that is the reason why I see people were unable to come out and vote. So I want to say this, please, for our leaders. You see, people are suffering, people are coming out to stay under the sun for many hours. But you discover that at the end of the day, what they have voted for is not given to them.
And that is the reason why you see people who feel disenchanted, whereby they will feel like, why will I come and vote again? So I call on our leaders this time around, particularly this governorship election. Whosoever wins the election, let him be given. That is the choice of the people. And that is my contribution this evening.
Okay. Thank you, Amos, for that contribution. You see, when you hear people like Mercy from Badagry, we tell you that she stayed in another country for 27 years. She's just relocating. She tried the first one, which the presidential. She was disappointed, but still she was determined. She came out and hear what she was saying. She said, Nigeria is our country. We don't have any other country. Sometimes it's when you go out there and you experience how Nigerians are being treated, or how you even live in a foreign land. And you see, the surprising thing is that when Nigerians go out, there's a way they respect the law of the land even more than the citizens of that particular country. But when it comes to our country, because things are not working, the system is not working, we do otherwise, we do anyhow. Do you hear this said where your heart is, where your treasure is, there your heart is? Some of these leaders, not all, but majority, some of them, their heart is not with the masses, is not with us, because their investment is not with the masses. Their investment is out there. Their investment is with their children. Do you notice that in this election, you will see a governor and his wife, you will not see his children? Are you trying to say he doesn't have any child that is 18 and above?
Their polliness is different from their parents, probably.
Possibly. Yes.
But you can't be that influential and you allow your child without, media following. I don't think in the Nigerian system that I know.
Well, some of them will tell you they just want their children away from the camera, and
from the face
their
of the
polling
media.
unit might be different as well. I think I've had a well-known politician talk about the fact that, in fact, his daughter is working outside of the states where he is, and working in a public school.
I'm getting somewhere, Joyce. I'm not disputing that. Some of them, their children are not here.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I'm just watching this television, what they are saying. Hello?
Hello, go on, please.
Are you hearing me?
Yes,
Yes,
Henry,
yes,
we can
yes.
hear you
The
clearly.
life we are into in this Nigeria. We are not coming out with boldness because of fear. The way people are maltreating the citizens of this country is faulty. There's no peace in youth. Youth now, and there's no peace. The first election, they conduct a presidential election. People are very disappointed. And now they bring toys up and down. And when you do anything, they kill you silently. Nigeria are not caring about you. They're crying. So when the people are saying they are not going to vote, they are being afraid of their life because they kill them. Who will come out and rescue them? When you come out and then you or kill you, before you know it, they are all gone and they continue. What happened in 2015? And people die in Lagos, and nobody even care about them till today. Talk about their story. And because we did not have judiciary, where everything is done, we are crying. We are crying. We need deliverance, and we don't know what to do. We need only God. You people should even call up the world to come and help Nigeria in this situation we are into. God help us because we are dying silently. We need help. The youth of this country are dying. We are crying. No job, nothing. not even any whatever you do in this country is just like you are just suffering yourself because we didn't have God. God bless you. Please, I know what you people are doing, but we are crying. Our voice need to move forward. Our voice need to so that the world will come out and help this help us, because we are coming up, we are better. We are not coming with boldness. We are not coming to save our country, because when you are coming out, somebody else come out and say, when you do this, and then we have police, and police cannot react. And when something is happening, you see them all. We say police is our friend, and then they are seeing you, they are killing you. Then you have no mark. Why are we forcing ourselves to come out again? When you do finish, they still do what they want. We need deliverance from, and we know that God only is the one to help us. But to leave people to talk, call the world to come in to this Nigeria. This we cannot help ourselves again. This case now beyond us. God help us. May God bless you.
Amen.
Amen.
Well, that's more like a heart cry. And I would just like to encourage us all with Isaiah 61. And he says that when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So let's just keep being diligent. He sees, he sees our tears. He sees all the things that are happening. Let's not give up faith. I've heard people say, oh, forget about prayers, forget about God. And I would say in time past, we've seen God intervene in several situations, even the case of the Israelites. We've seen that. We've seen situations where kings' hearts were hardened, Nebuchadnezzar. We've seen where laws were decreased that were not favorable to God's children, and he still intervened. When Daniel was thrown even at the lion's den, I don't think any of us, our situation, have gotten to that point. God showed up. John?
Nigeria, we are in Africa. And we have to join hands together and preach peace to the Africa. So I like message calling from the other side of Nigeria about his peaceful message. May God bless all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John, for calling from Ghana. Mr. Harry that called before John said, let's tell the world. The world actually watching. That's why we had that call from Ghana. So just like I was saying, I don't think our situation has reached that of Daniel, where a decree was made that even led to him being thrown into the lion's den. But God even showed up, see Job and all of that. So I think we should just keep the faith. When people say, let's keep God aside, you can't survive it
Without
you can't survive. So prayer still works, but God expects us to keep the faith and do what is actually expected. Most times we have a lot of expectations on our leaders, but sometimes I ask, little conversations, I ask the question, how diligent are you in what God has actually bestowed upon you to do? You are a cleaner, you are a messenger, you are a pastor. How well do you preach? How well do you clean? You are a teacher. How well do you teach? What are you impacting in the next generation? So if you are a cook, what are you cooking? So whatever you find yourself doing, there's need for diligence. When you are really diligent, I think the world will become a better place. But most times people just want to sit, relax, and then keep pointing fingers. Keep pointing fingers. The point of change is the point of taking responsibility.
Sure.
Let's speak with Sonny from Ogun.
Hello, Sonny. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother. My sister, good evening.
Good evening.
Please go on with your contribution.
Bless God for today. Yeah. Are you hearing me?
Yes, please.
Are you hearing me? Hello?
Yes, we are with you.
So, we are experiencing a very low turnout of people outside today because of the experience we had during the presidential election. So people were tired. Just few people came out to cast their vote. The thing is, our politicians are so desperate for power. power is not a do or die affair. You can't be winning all the time. You understand? Because, for instance, just look at what is happening in Lagos State now. How can a man be threatening a particular tribe not to vote because they won't vote for your party? It's wrong. What are the police doing? Where are the DSS? Where are the army? Look at the intimidation everywhere. A police officer will stand and somebody is depriving others for voting. And we say we are one Nigeria. And we are praying to move forward. How? My brother,
That's a big
we are
question.
tired of the situation because even our law enforcement agents, they are not helping matters. They are not helping issues. Somebody wants to cast his vote, another person came and slapped the person because he said he's not voting for this party and voting for this party. God will help this nation.
Amen.
God will call upon to save us from this mess that we are into.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Sonny,
much.
for calling. We really appreciate that contribution.
The truth of the whole matter is that we have to wake up to our responsibility. Everybody, we have to do what is right also to get what is right up there. And then, like you're saying earlier, in your own given responsibility, are you diligent on doing that? And then even the voting that we are talking about, are you diligent in even voting? You understand? These are some of the questions that even God will look at. Yes. We're saying that we need leaders, but you are not going out to vote. Yes, we know some people are willing, but there is intimidation out there. But we have to keep pushing. We have to keep pushing. Don't get tired of doing the right thing. Don't get tired of doing the right thing. And I believe we will get there. We will get there. Well, let me hear.
Again, just to encourage our heart with same Isaiah 60:22. The Lord says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Keep being diligent.
Yeah, just before you handed over to Joyce and bypassed me. Just
I want to give you enough time.
On behalf of him.
That was just an enlightened.
In fact, you will just close this session.
Come on, just an enlightened. I just wanted to align with what you were saying and with what Joyce was saying in the fact that we should be diligent in what we're doing, and that's why earlier I said a good character is better than gold and silver. If you have benefited from the system, then why not give back something positive back to the system so that generations coming after you can also benefit? Why frustrate the effort? So we're looking forward to where you can't get something if you don't give something in return. So we should give into the society, give into Nigeria something positive so you can eat from the fruit of the land at the end of the day. So I just hope that with this words of encouragement coming from all of us, because Joyce has become the pastor giving us those Bible passages.
Hallelujah.
But I truly just hope that let's just keep the spirit moving. Let's keep the faith alive. And if you've benefited from what is happening, give in something. Just like Mercy said, if you see the way other nations are working, take that spirit and bring it in and see how can we make Nigeria work. It's for all of us at the end of the day. So I hope that we'll do the right thing.
Yes. For you out there, we want to sincerely appreciate you for staying with us up to this time. Thank you for following all the programs. We sincerely appreciate you. For those that call, for those that send us a report via text message, via WhatsApp, all the platforms, that you use to get to us, to tell us what is happening out there. We sincerely appreciate. And we want to still encourage you, be calm, be peaceful. At the right time, at the appointed time, God will show himself. But before then, you just have to do the right thing. And before we'll listen to the announcement of the results, see jubilation, left, right, center. We'll definitely keep you updated, as the results are coming, from the IRF and then from other quarters. So just be calm and be peaceful. Thank you for doing this with us. We'll just take a break, and we sincerely appreciate you for choosing Equa TV. Thank you, and God bless you.
How then can they call on the one they have not believed in? And how can they believe in the one of whom they have not heard? And how can they hear without someone preaching to them? And how can anyone preach unless they are sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news. Romans chapter 10, verse 14 and 15. Equa Television International is live 24/7, preaching the message of salvation and truth to the world. Pray for Equa TV. Support Equa TV. Be